So hi everyone, it's Jodie. I don't have my camera on because girls, you'll probably relate. I've just washed my hair and I'm really not putting makeup on just for a call. And you don't want to see me like this. I look like Gollum when I literally have no makeup on and no. And I've got wet hair, so don't want to scare you all. You'll be like, who is that on camera? Which I'm just going to be completely honest. So yeah, that's why you can't see me. But I've just whacked up a presentation for you. So when me and Tyler put in the group what to present on tonight, Tyler said if people vote that they want to learn how to invite and follow up, then you're going to do that. So I was like, fair enough. And the most votes was this, but we did take into consideration the other votes as well. So that will be coming up in the next few training calls that we've got going on. So how to invite and follow up simply. I've made this as simple as possible. I've made it as duplicatable as possible. And I've made it as a slideshow purely because this is a few templates that I use, because sometimes I just go blank. Comment in the chat box if sometimes you can relate that sometimes you just go blank. Sometimes you might just sit and stare at your screen and be like, oh my gosh, like I've completely forgot what to do. Even though you've done it a few times, or maybe you're brand new to the call today, I'm sure that you can relate. So I'm just going to go into the objectives then. So the objectives of this call is to learn how to invite with warm and cold market prospects to take a look at iBoomerang. So for those that don't know, warm market is your friends, your family, co-workers, people that you've got a real connection or relationship with. Cold market prospects are people that you don't really know. So there might be a Facebook friend or someone on Instagram, LinkedIn, that type of thing. You don't really know them, but you've had them as a friend for a while. So that would be your cold market. They might be slightly warm because they may have seen a few stories, they may have seen a few posts, that type of thing. But as we all know, to launch the best, it's best to go behind the scenes to begin with. So, and not just rely on posts. So how to follow up with all of those two markets. I did take one off. How to follow up with all those markets and how to handle every objection, because I know that was one of the training that we were going to do, but it is quite simple. So I have admin at the end. PS, use this guide. Don't be a robot or a Spamela Anderson, because I think that I am hilarious. So I just thought I'd put that in there. So we're going to go into the next slide now. So if you're new, what you just really need to do is think about it very simply that this is your main role. So if someone was to hire you for this position, let's just say that you're manager or whatever. We're not managers whatsoever. You are your own business, but it's your own business, but you're not in business for yourself. And that's why I absolutely love doing network marketing. So say if you were to sit down with someone in a job and they said, right, so all your job role is to invite your contact list and to follow up using an I decide list to simply invite for people to take a look at the business on this platform using one of our tools that we've got available. So pretty simple. We do this every single day. We invite to cinemas, we invite to lunches out. It's very, very simple. So to cut to the chase as well, the more people you're getting to look at a third-party tool, which could be a Zoom, an I decide presentation, or a three-way call / extra information. The more people you've got looking at information, the bigger your business is going to be. It's just very, very simple. With every invite, don't miss these key components. So when I look back to when I was complete ignorance on fire, I jumped all in because I knew that if I sat back and over-analysed everything, I'd completely get paralyzed by over-analysis. It's called paralysis by analysis. So you have to, just put everything, that we're entrepreneurs. We want to be business owners. So it's very, very easy to overcomplicate such a good business model. It's very easy to do that. And, as entrepreneurs, your brain's ticking. You want to invent all these different tools, these websites and all this type of stuff. But this business is being created for us to simply just share it with people. So The main components then in every invite, and when I look back, this is each step that I made sure in every single invite that I was doing. So first of all is to acknowledge that you're being direct and you need to chat with someone. So network marketing went through a few years ago a stage of people hating being spammed because people were being too direct. Then it went through a stage of people creating relationships, getting to know people first and then just sliding their business opportunity in. It's a bit of a mixture now. I'm not going to lie. People, when you're building a relationship, especially with cold market, they're like, what do you want? Just get to the point. And then if you're too to the point, people are like, oh my gosh, they've just got in contact for this. So it needs to have a mixture, but you still need to tell them. And if you acknowledge that you know that you're being a bit forward, you're being a bit direct, it's not so a smack in the face when you're messaging them, because they know why you're going to message them. So first of all, acknowledge that you're being direct and you need to chat. Then second of all, compliment. Everyone loves a bit of a big me up, and just be authentic of why you thought of them. So when I'm contacting people, when I'm putting them on my list, so obviously if you've been through the orientation training, which I'm sure you will have done by now, it says to create your list. So when you're writing your list, think about why you actually put that person on your list. Because you put them there for a reason. You didn't just, shove a name on a piece of paper. You thought of them because. And whatever springs to mind is what you tell them. So tell them why you thought of them. Create urgency and excitement. So I'm going to go through a few examples of this in a moment on the next slide. And the reasons why it's important to be urgent is because you don't want it to drag on. The longer someone takes forever to take a look at a piece of information, they're already talking themselves out of it. They're already saying that they're not interested. So it's really, really important that as soon as you're talking to them, you want to make sure they look at information as soon as possible. And you're following up with them as soon as they've seen the information as well. Super, super important is that urgency and creating excitement. So you want to do this either through voice notes or video messaging, because if you just do it through a text, they're not going to see your excitement. Even if you put 10,000 emojis, it's not the same. It's really not. So just push yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone when you're inviting, and I can show you how to make that easier as well. I can show you how to make it a little bit more comfortable for you as well. And then if I were you, so after we've done those 3 simple points, if I were you, the reason why we do this is because this creates, if I do something for you, would you do something in return? It's a psychology behind it. So if I gave you this, would you do this for me? Me and Tyler say it to each other all the time, just in real life. So Tyler always says, if I, would you? And it's something stupid like, if I wash up, would you dry? Psychologically, because he's washed up, I'm like, oh, okay, I suppose I'll dry and put away, So it works in all aspects. So a little relationship tip while you're there. And also give 2 options, because let's put it this way. If someone said to you really quickly, so I'll just say it to you on the call right now, would you rather be shot or hanged? And instantly be like, shot or hanged. But in reality, you don't want any of them, right? Should hope not anyway. But because someone's only give you 2 options, you're going to pick one. In other terms, no one's gave you an open question. So no one said, can I send info over? They can just easily ignore that, or they can just put no or whatever. Give them 2 options. So either, can I send you a short I decide presentation, or are you available at 9 for a Zoom call? Give them the 2 options, especially if it's through the day and it's a few hours before a Zoom call, because we do those on an evening, So, you can get them to look at an I decide before the Zoom presentation. So key points when creating excitement. So if we think back, so I hope you've got a picture of this or you've wrote it down, because every time I go to invite, I make sure I've got these in the invitation. So Acknowledge you're being direct, compliment why you thought of them. I can't tell you, being direct is straight up. You just mention that. So I don't need to tell you anything about that. Compliment and why you thought of that. I'm not a mind reader, so I don't know how why you thought of that person. But I can tell you how to create urgency and how to create excitement. So after you've done those two, you want to pick one of these. Or you can make your own. It's completely up to you. But these are just kind of what I say, what Tyler says, and what a few people are doing really well says as well. So you can do it to your own, or to begin with, you can use one of our templates, but also make it so it's authentic to the person and to yourself as well, obviously. So creating the excitement. I'm so excited to talk to you because pick one of the following. So if I told you could be at the forefront of Amazon as a business, would you? So if you're thinking about a business person, you're thinking about someone who's entrepreneurial, this would be a great line for them because they know how successful Amazon is. They're not silly. Of course, they want to be in, the forefront of it. Business-minded people are curious people usually, so they will want to at least look at some information from that sentence. Second one, if I told you that you could help people save money and get paid for it, would you be open to taking a look at what we have? So with this is good for people that love to help people. Like, I'm a big helper. So if someone said to me, if you could help people save money and get paid for it, I'd be like, oh, hell yeah, like I'm all over that. And then the next one, if I told you network marketing has completely changed for the better, where our customers are taken care of and there's not much to sell, but there's a lot for them to buy, would you be open to taking a look? This is great for network marketers or great for people that have toe dipped in network marketing and maybe they didn't like selling and that type of thing. Great line for those types of people. So just comment in the chat box if you've got any questions, if this is making sense, if you're loving it. I can't see the chat box right now, but I'll have a look at the end. So then the key points to create the urgency. So let me just recap. So make sure that you've got these points. So we've just said how to create the excitement. Now this is creating the urgency. So after you've said one of those sentences, you'll say something along the lines of this. The team that I am a part of are helping me get going. They're bringing in a lot of people that could be on your team too. If someone said that to me, I'd be like, oh my gosh, like each day that goes by, I'm missing out of people being in my team. I don't like to miss out. No one likes to miss out. This company is the fastest growing in the industry, and I'm speaking to you first. Business-minded, big ego people love that. They love the fact that they're being spoken to first. They don't want to be last in line. So these are your people that you want to speak to first. It's your chicken list. Honestly, guys, speak to your chicken list first. These are people that you're scared to contact. And if you say to them, this company is the fastest growing in the industry and I'm speaking to you first, they'll want to know. They'll want to know what it is, especially with the Amazon line as well. I'm going all or nothing with this, and I would love you to be a part of this with me. This is more for your helping people, your softer approach, your friends, your family, your warm market, that type of thing, because you'd love to work with them. You may have worked with them before, you may have been in partnership with something else, making it kind of personal. That line is for those people. People are going to know about this company very soon, and I'm acting fast, so get in there first. This is to people that they're straight talking people, they're straight to the point, so you want to act like that with them. I'm talking to a lot of people right now, and we're having I can't see the rest, one sec. Great success, and I don't want you to miss out. These, again, are people that don't like to miss out, they like to be in there first, that type of thing. And also, this creates a posture within you, because when you're inviting people, you want them to know you're doing this with or without them. Let's face it, people want to be a part of something. They really, really do. It's just about coming across in the urgent way. So tools to edify. So let's go back again. I want to keep recapping. So, hey Susan, I know this is really direct, but I thought of you because, give them a compliment. You're really entrepreneurial. You're really entrepreneurial. Create urgency, excitement through one of the lines that I've just said. Then if I sent you a Zoom link, would you be available at 9 p.m. or So we're giving two options. A little I decide that's going to basically go over in just basic detail of what we do, which one's best. And then once they've said which one's best for them, you want to edify the tool. So a Zoom call is a live call. It's a platform on Zoom meetings. It's great. You just sit back and watch, and you can type in questions in the chat box. It will tell you what you need to know from a business overview. It'd be best to download this on your phone and make sure your audio is on. Then click join and give them the time and the Zoom number. It's important to do this because when people actually haven't ever used Zoom before, they'll do it wrong. I'm not gonna lie. I remember my first ever online presentation. It was with an app called Fuse, and I was so angry that I couldn't get it to work. It's just not a good start. So make sure they know how to get on Zoom to begin with. Then I decide, so I can send over a mini basic overview which explains simply what we do. And then you send them the I decide, tell them how long it is, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. Or a three-way call. So if you know that they're quite open to taking a look, then you can, if it's someone that's business minded, they've been in business before, and you think, oh my gosh, like how am I ever going to get these over the line? We all know those people. Three-way calls are amazing for that. So you may want to send them a Zoom or an I decide first, obviously, and then get them on a three-way call. Or you can literally have a little chat with them first and put them in a three-way chat to edify someone. So what I mean by edify is I've seen so many times people put me in three-way calls or Tyler in three-way calls, and they don't edify who they're actually speaking with. And it's not as in for anyone's egos or anything like that. I do this when I'm putting someone in a three-way chat. I'll always say, I would love you to speak with Annie. She's doing amazing in this business. I think you'll really get along. She used to be in nursing, blah, blah, blah. So, and make sure that they know that they're busy so they don't just cancel or they don't just show up. So, for me, I'd be like, so this, Annie, she's very busy and she's taken out half an hour just to, chat with you. So just make sure that they know that the person that they're speaking to is busy so that they don't waste time. So how to invite warm contacts. So your warm contacts, again, are your friends, family, people that you have a great relationship or connection with. So, hey, Bob, can I send you an urgent voice note? I want you to be open-minded and supporting. Is this okay? So it's important that you get them to say yes first because they're already then psychologically in the mindset of saying yes. So voice notes, again, and videos are best, especially if someone knows you as well. Like they want to really hear that excitement. So if someone in your family or friends is business-minded, I'd say this. So obviously we're taking into the points that I've just gone through in this little example here. So I know this is forward, but I'm working on a new project and the thought of you because be authentic with it. This may not be for you, but I bet you'll want to be my customer regardless, and it's free. Insert an urgent line from the options that I gave you. And then I have two options. I can either send you a little presentation or there's a Zoom call at 9:00. Or, if you know them really well, you know that they get along with me, Tyler, or Annie, or Thomas, or, any other leader on the call. You can say, you can get them in a three-way chat as well. So then support. So these are the people, it may be your mom, it may be your dad, it may be people that haven't really, gone for anything business-wise, they're just happy, in what they're doing already, that type of thing. Obviously, you cannot stereotype. You really can. And most of all, you don't really know what's going on behind closed doors. So it's always best to go in with business. But we all have those family members where they, you might be a bit like, oh my God, do I really have to contact my auntie about this? She's going to be really like, what's this, what's that? And those people, where I'm coming from. So for family, I first of all ask them if they can be supporting and open-minded in the opening sentence, and ask if you can send them a voice note. And then I'd say, look, I'll be straight to the point, Auntie Linda. I just want to let you know what I'm doing so then you can support my post as a family member or a friend, whoever you're talking to. And if you know of anyone that you can refer me to, it would really help a lot. Plus, for taking a look at the info, I'll give you a code where you can go up to 35% off your travel and other services for free. Yes or yes. Like, you know, family will support you, and family won't support you if they don't fully get what you do. I'm just going to be completely honest. In my last company, my family and friends weren't supportive, and I totally get why. Now I look back, it's because I didn't really tell them what I was doing. I didn't even really tell my best friend what I was doing because I was scared of what they were going to say. I was like, oh, you know, what if they don't get it, that type of thing. But you can always ask for referrals and always ask for support. If you're there, if true family and true friends will completely do that for you, completely. So asking for referrals, you know, just so that you're in the forefront of their mind when they're looking at travel, when they're looking at other services, and obviously the PRIB's going to upsell to them anyway. And if anyone's looking for extra info or circumstances change, you know, they lose their job or whatever, you're at the forefront of their mind. You just want to make sure that your friends and family know that. Cold prospects. Hey, John. I know this is forward, but can I send you a voice note? Because I need to tell you about something. I thought of you because, again, be authentic, or you can just choose something that's relevant on their social media. I chose you because, you know, I know that you love to travel. I chose you because, or I thought of you because you're entrepreneurial, you're business-minded. I thought of you because you posted the other day that you wanted some extra income. You know, you can find these people everywhere. They're in groups, you know, they're on your Facebook already, that type of thing. So these are your cold prospects. Then follow the steps that I mentioned before. So the remaining steps are to create that urgency and excitement, to say, if I were you, give the two options of an I Decide or Zoom, and then just don't give too much detail. Like I said, it's your job just to invite and follow up to begin with. That is it. Especially for the first, you know, 1 to 2, even 3 months. All you really want to focus on is getting people in, getting people started, and letting the third party stuff do the work for you. Because then you don't want to overcomplicate it. You don't want to feel like you can't do it and all this type of thing. Follow up then. The easiest way is to look on your iDecide and see who's been looking at the presentations. You get emails when people have completed an iDecide. So what I usually do, and the easiest way, especially when I'm busy and out and about, is take a picture of what they've decided. So, you know, John wants to be a customer. John said not at this time. John said that to join. Whatever they've put, send them a screenshot, and then just say, hey, I've just got an email. What did you like best? Even if they've put not at this time. Just to clarify to everyone on this call, I pressed, when Annie was sending me an iDecide, I pressed not at this time. And she followed up straight away and she said, hey, honey, is everything okay? Because she knew that I pressed not at this time and she was confused. So even if they put that, do not take it as, you know, because people are just being honest. They're like, oh, not yet. I just want to see some more info. But if you don't follow up and you take they don't want to do it and, you know, get all bitter about it, they're not going to join up with you because you've not followed up. People expect to be followed up. They really do. Ask what they like best. Again, this is psychological because they're going to pick what they like best. Instead of saying, oh, what did you like? Or just tell me what you think. Then, you know, it's an open question again. It's open into opinions and that type of thing. You just don't want that. So ask what they like best and they'll pick what they did like best. And then say, great, I liked that too, whatever you want to say. On a scale of 1 to 10, joining us, where are you at? And they'll say, you know, anything above a 5 is like, right, okay, we need to get you started now. But whilst we're getting started, what more information do you need to get it to a 10? If it's less than 5, still ask, what information do you need to get you to a 10? And then you can go back to a third-party tool. So you can invite to another Zoom call. You can, you can invite to a three-way call. You can send the compensation plan, whatever they've said. So they may just say, I just don't get how it all works. You can be like, oh my gosh, like I was like that in the beginning. Is it okay if I set up a group chat with Tyler, because he helped me get started, so he's the best person to help you as well, because I'm still getting started, or whatever you need to say. Just relate to them. And this brings me to objections. So for every single objection, it is very, 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 very simple. I use feel, felt, found for everything, literally everything. So if they say, I can't afford it at this time, completely get how you feel, because I felt the same way. But I found that if I just got in the compensation plan and got my foot into the door and learned how to do this business first for $49, and then I upgraded as I went along, because you have 60 days. If they say, I don't have time, oh my God, I completely know how you feel, because I felt the same way. But how much time do you think you need? Because at first I thought that you'd need all day, but I still do this in the pockets of my time too. So even if you can't relate, you can share someone else's story. So you might get an objection where someone says, oh, it sounds really good, but I've been in network marketing before and it didn't work for me. You could be like, yeah, even if you don't relate, you can be like, yeah, so people that we're working with, they used to work in another company, and they found that, whatever it is that they've said, they might say that, I don't want to sell products online or blah, blah, blah. You can just relate. It's just dead easy to relate. Even if it's not you that's relating, you can just say, yeah, someone in our team, because there's someone out there that will relate. And then if it's really, really not for them, they're like, no, happy what I'm doing, after you've asked those questions, then you can say, well, amazing. I really thank you for taking a look, and keep that conversation going and that relationship going. Send them a code to be a customer. So, you never really miss out anyway. But keep that relationship going, because you never know what happens in that person's life. Their business could go bust. They could get made redundant. Their child might need extra childcare, or they might need more time, even if they've got money. They might want a business that is a bit more flexible, and you want to be at the forefront of their mind. So make sure that you are being at the forefront. So that is the training call. If you've not took photos, then I can go back, just let me know. I just want to remind you that our Zoom calls at 9 p.m, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So tomorrow it's me and Tyler doing it. Wednesday it's Ben and Claire. So for those that don't know Ben and Claire, Ben is an amazing rugby player and coach. So very sporty. And he's been successful in network marketing before in a product-based company, so he can relate there. And Claire's an occupational therapist. They're both parents. They're both from Yorkshire, so they talk like Tyler. Well, Ben talks like Tyler. Claire's a little bit more, talks better like me. So they're amazing to plug people in. They've enrolled, I think, 4 or 5 people this week, so they're absolutely crushing it. And then Thursday we've got Lucy. So for those that don't know Lucy, she lives in London. She calls everyone boss babe. She's got amazing energy. She's very simple, straight to the point on presentations as well. She's done a few before, so you've probably seen her on the presentations before. She works in the corporate world, so she can really relate to people that work in that office life and they want a better lifestyle, so she can really relate to those. So the next training then is going to be next Monday at 9 p.m. again. So every Monday 9 p.m. on this link. And then flight school Saturday 2 p.m. UK time on the iBoomerang official Facebook page. And then remember that we have our first event on Saturday, the 1st of February, Holiday Inn. If you haven't booked your ticket for that, please book. You can pay on the door, but it is going to go up to £15 if you're going to pay on the door, because we need to know numbers. Purely, we need to know if we need microphones or not, you know. And it's getting to the point where we are going to be sold out very soon. So we want to make sure that you're getting your tickets. And also, we want to make sure that we get you to senior director above to be able to attend this Friday night training. If you're not at this rank, you can attend the training because it'll just be too much. We're really going to go in depth with this, and it's going to be incredible. Like me, Tyler, and hopefully a few more leaders are going to go in depth, like to the level that you've probably never seen before. So I can't wait for that. So I'm going to stop recording now and have a look at the training, the chatbot.